This is Gangsta Warfare News tuning in with a topic. GWB will always take a deep dive in stories and documented series of economic problems people face in society's underworld of criminal activity, and better sources to stop crime in an all-time high. For more information, hit the like, share and subscribe for more. ETA, Spanish for Euskadi ta Askatasuna, or in English translation, disease. ETA is a Basque nationalist movement and far-left paramilitant group with a game exterior of Basque independence. ETA's criminal background comes from many tragic events, leading to a trail of blood, major crimes committed in terrorist and political acts of violence. Crime participation such as bombings, kidnappings, assassination attempts, arms smuggling from other organized and radical armed networks, and many more. Origins. ETA was an armed Basque nationalist and separatist organization active in Spain and France between 1959 and 2018. It was founded in 1959, during Francoist Spain, by a group of Basque nationalist students seeking to promote Basque identity and independence. Over time, ETA evolved into a clandestine paramilitary group that conducted a campaign of assassinations, bombings, and kidnappings primarily in Spain, particularly in the Basque Country and surrounding regions. ETA was considered the main organization of the Basque National Liberation Movement and played a central role in the Basque armed conflict, in which more than 850 people were killed, 2,600 were wounded, and nearly 90 were kidnapped. The group announced a definitive end to its armed activity in 2011 and formally dissolved in 2018. Throughout the past years, the Spanish government, as well as community activists and other human rights organizations and the European Union, has officially claimed ETA as a foreign domestic terrorist organization with their violent criminal past. But in today's modern Basque region of Spain, people will find statements like that very much as lies. For many Basque citizens who still carry ETA's identity on their wing, people who follow or support ETA would not look at the movement as a radicalized group, or a gang of warlords or patriotic mongers who want to kill for the higher bidder. The Basque country of Spain still at times experiences uprising of riot clashes and angry demonstrating protest against the authority and the government, demanding them to set free local and former ETA members who have been prosecuted and convicted and now are being jailed for eternity. Mostly what anger these people are the ETA members who are no longer walking on the streets fighting for ETA true identity. The Basque separatist ETA is like many other pro-ethnic groups with rebel or revolutionary ideologies to infiltrate radical beliefs because they feel that they're not equal to each other. Of course, it's all led to growing up in a world of humiliation and corruption on the system, which makes a leader who wants to manipulate the human minds of those who serve and prove their loyalty by any means necessarily. ETA started conflicts with the Spanish government due to the infamous history of Spain's brutal dictatorship ruled by Spain's most sickening and domestic foreign nationalist and war criminal known as Francisco Franco. 1892 to 1975 was a right-wing dictator who ruled Spain with an iron grip for nearly 4 decades, 1939 to 1975, after winning the Spanish Civil War. Known as El Caudillo, he maintained an authoritarian, conservative regime, overseeing widespread repression of opponents, censoring media, and restricting regional liberties, before passing power to King Juan Carlos. Franco led a 1936 military coup against the democratically elected Second Republic, sparking the Spanish Civil War. Backed by Nazi Germany and Fascist Italy, his nationalist faction won, establishing his dictatorship on April 1, 1939. Following the war, the regime executed tens of thousands of political enemies, with estimates of the total death toll, including wartime killings, ranging from 100,000 to over 300,000. By 1959, student activists were frustrated with the perceived moderation of the Basque Nationalist Party, PNV, during Francisco Franco's dictatorship. Emerging as a response to the regime's brutal suppression of Basque culture and language, ETA evolved from a cultural resistance group into a militant organization dedicated to achieving Basque independence through armed struggle. The group utilized an action-repression-action cycle. By carrying out small-scale attacks, they aimed to provoke heavy-handed state retaliation, which they hoped would radicalize the broader Basque population against Franco. But by June 1968, ETA militant Sabi Etxebarrieta killed a civil guard officer at a roadblock, marking the group's first fatality. In August 1968, ETA carried out its first planned assassination, killing Meliton Manzanas, a police chief notorious for torturing political detainees. ETA's psychological warfare has claimed the life of tens to millions of people in the Basque region and across the bordering regions of France. ETA has already allied with other armed militia groups such as the IRA, the FARC/Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia, ELN, and the Zapatistas of Mexico. ETA is probably rated high of being one of the world's oldest and most ruthless nationalist groups ever born. Some people were so outraged to the point where ETA would be blamed for several tragic events. Examples like America's first and only that have changed the course of history forever. The day of the September 11th attacks, ruled by foreign terrorism, or the demonstrating commuter rail bombing that killed dozens of passengers. What about the chaotic gas attack on Japan's most busiest metro system? These attacks were genocidal attacks, revenge motives of starting a new full-scale civil war. But mercifully, ETA was not responsible for these attacks. But something else was. And that something was the purge of radical Islamist extremists that are linked and associated with the notorious Al-Qaeda and ISIS terrorist organizations. Approximately, ETA couldn't really operate with the uprising tension coming from the jihadist movement. ETA started off as a gang-like strategized group to a private militarized mercenary organization. ETA is nothing less but like a dark era, an underground for organized crime. But in the midst, they used politicalism such as voting as a cover-up to hide what they truly wanted. In reality, the Basque country of Spain still holds on despite many years of genocide caused by anti-fascists. To this day, Basque nationalists and separatists still carry ETA wing aside. There are many local journalists and civilians who have been victims of ETA's brutality and former ETA members who can tell you the life and agony of the ETA Basque movement before it became Spain's most cold-blooded transnational crime syndicates to manipulate political acts to overthrow a nation of people. The person who's over the ETA Basque movement and honorable leader of the group is basically anyone. The Basque separatist ETA would be labeled as Spain's and tremendously Europe's most cold, vicious, and sophisticated criminal organizations even discovered. Thousands of people lost their endless lives by the so-called movement of freedom and equality. But the freedom led to a prodigy of mass destruction. Referring to freedom is referring to an apprentice for death. Even though the Basque independent monster is no longer existing in today's Basque Spain, but the stories still play on. This is Natural Text, Gangsta Warfare News.